Welcome to the City Show. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Krieger. This week we'll be looking at the Lebanon Mason Monroe Railroad and a genuine steam locomotive that's coming to town for a couple of weeks. We'll also hear from some of the vendors at the Lebanon Farmers Market and see what they're bringing to the market each week. But up first is Lebanon's Blues Festival. It's celebrating its 20th anniversary year. It's gotten so big now it's 2 days. Here to tell us about it is Arla Tannehill and Ann Smith from the Lebanon Optimist Club, along with Jeff Hill from the Dayton Blues Society. Welcome to the couch, guys.
Thank you.
You made it here without getting all sweaty. It's hot outside.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I hope it's nice weather for the Blues Festival, but I hope it's not this hot. So now we're on Fridays and Saturdays. What's going to be happening on Friday evening?
Well, Friday night we have a couple of bands, local bands, that I was fortunate to get. The Swamp Bees from out of Middletown.
Okay.
Fred Gillespie and Steve Barton and a bass player would be playing. They'll be opening up the show. And after that we have Michael Locke and the Repeat Offenders from Germantown. And Michael is a very, very good guitarist, and he's just put out a new album, actually an actual vinyl album. And so he's celebrating that. So it's going to be a great Friday night.
So you find the talent, Jeff, for these festivals?
Well, unfortunately, our good friend Greg Clark passed away this year.
Okay.
And so Ann reached out to me and asked if I could help with Friday night.
Okay.
And I was fortunate enough to be able to. So,
yeah. Some big shoes to fill. Yeah.
Huge shoes to fill, but he's done a great job.
Yeah.
We're very thankful for Jeff.
Fantastic. And what about the food vendors for Friday?
Food vendors, we're going to have some limited food vendors, not the whole array of 2 blocks that we have for Saturday, but there will be food, and the beer garden is open.
Okay.
That's Friday night. Saturday looks the same.
Saturday's
We're
exactly
full up
the same.
Saturday.
Okay. Is that because it's new that you're kind of seeing how things go?
Well, it's kind of like the third Friday. People come after work. So it'll start around, the food should be ready to go by 5 o'clock, but the music will start at 6 and go till 10.
Okay, so 5 till 10, that's the hours. And there's 8 bands that are going to take the stage on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Starting with our next guest, Brian and Molly Walden. Before we talk to them, let's get a little sample. Okay, what are you guys going to play for us?
We're going to play an original song. This is one from a record that we just put out back in January. And this is a little traveling blues song we wrote when we were touring up in Wisconsin. It's called Don't Cry for Me. Well, honey, don't cry for me. No, honey, don't cry for me. Because of trouble that you can't see. Don't cry for me. Well, when I'm on the road and gone, when I'm on the road and gone, then I'll sing a goodbye song when I'm gone. Well, if you're ever sad and blue, no, if you're ever sad and blue, they'll come running straight to you. If you're sad and blue, well, honey, don't cry for me. No, honey, don't cry for me. Because of trouble that you can't see. Don't cry for me. All right. So let's say goodbye for now. Oh, let's say goodbye for now. Oh, but I'll be back someday, somehow. But it's goodbye for now. Well, honey, don't cry for me. No, honey,
You're having too much fun up there, Molly.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, they could see you, but you got it all going on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I bet you get the crowd going like a Grateful Dead concert. Are they all kind of going around with?
This is the Blues Festival.
No, I mean, does it get going like that though? I
A
bet you
little
get
bit.
people going. I felt like going out there and but I didn't
Maybe
want to
not
embarrass
quite Grateful
myself.
Dead levels, but it's
Yeah.
it's getting there.
That was fantastic. Where in Wisconsin were you playing?
We actually toured through and went to Milwaukee and Madison and
Okay.
then up to northern Wisconsin.
Stevens Point?
Went through there,
Yeah,
yeah.
we actually did. My family is from Lake Mills, Wisconsin, which is right between Milwaukee and Madison,
Yeah.
and we'd gone to Lake Mills to just kind of check it out. Brian had
Yeah.
never been there, and then we ended up in Madison next to the lakes, and that's how that song happened.
What happened to your accent there, eh? I'm
I
just not
get
hearing
both.
it.
So I'm also, the other side of my family is from Western Kentucky.
Yeah,
So
okay,
sometimes I get both in the same sentence,
Yeah.
and it's just weird.
Yeah.
Molly, how did you meet Brian?
Online.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and we've been married for a little over 9 months, and
Wow.
I'd been making a living from music for about 8 years, and when I met Molly, we didn't have any
Yeah.
ideas on becoming a musical duo.
Wow.
But once I found out she had a degree in voice, it kind of just fell into place.
Yeah. Well, just spectacular.
Thank
yeah. And are you mainly playing in this area now, or?
No,
We're
we
kind of
actually
all over the place.
Yeah, we tour about half the year.
Okay.
We do about 200 shows a year, about 50,000 miles a year on the road, and we go everywhere from Texas to California to northern Michigan to East Coast. But this is our home base. We live over by Richmond, Indiana.
Well, fantastic. How would you describe your music? What type of special stamp would you put on your? Is it blues? Is it
It's
country?
a little bit
Is
of
it-
everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm from Kentucky, so we play a lot of bluegrass, but Brian's been playing blues for what, like 8 years?
Yeah, I mean, I love the old school blues like Lead Belly and
Yeah.
Sun House and Delta Blues, folk blues. I grew up a big Doc Watson fan,
Yeah.
who is a great guitar player that kind of melted bluegrass and blues together, and so that's kind of what we like to do is
Wow.
some of that sort of stuff.
Well, I love the guys. You're spectacular. What time are you going to be playing on Friday again?
We're actually playing on Saturday, and we're kicking off the festival. We'll be on
Okay.
from 11 a.m. to about 12:30.
Okay. Well, fantastic. I look forward to seeing you. I'll sneak out of the office early, make sure I get down there.
Well, thanks.
Outstanding. Thank you. Jeff, you helped pull all this together for the bands this year at the festival. Let's talk a little bit more about the lineup. The Cheryl and Shorty show is after the Waldens. Can you tell me about them?
Yeah, the Cheryl is Cheryl Renee, and you're going to hear this quite a bit. I've known her for quite a while.
Okay.
A lot of these people I've
Yeah.
known for quite a while. But Cheryl Renee was in a band called Cheryl Renee and Them Bones, and that's the first time I met her. Very good band. And then that, of course, went away, and so I did a cancer concert, a concert for cancer, and they came up. She came up by herself and opened up the show for us. Very good show.
We got some footage on there. You recognize these folks?
Yes. Can I tell you a little something about this?
Please.
Noah won our blues challenge one year.
Yeah.
And the same year that Brian won our solo duo category.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
both of those people went down there. And it's a very tough, it's people from all over the acts from all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's a very tough competition. Both of them came in second.
Wow.
And that's, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
126 acts that are competing down there, and both of them came in second, and Noah won the Guitar Player of the Year.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a great year for
Got
us.
some talent, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Noah played our festival when he was like 16.
Was it 14?
Everybody,
He was young.
everybody's got their Noah story. Yeah. Well, I knew Noah when he was 8 years old, but anyway.
I didn't know him when he was 8.
But Brian also has the distinction of winning our competition twice, back to back, wasn't it? Won 2 years in a
Yeah.
row, won our competition, so he's very good.
Now, what about the Shorty component of that show?
The Shorty is a drummer. I don't know her.
Okay.
Okay, but I looked at a YouTube video. You're going to be very entertained. Cheryl's got a great vocal. She's a keyboard player.
Okay, now
Great
at 2 o'clock you got Ira Stanley and Blues Power.
Yep, Ira Stanley's been around town for a zillion years. It's been a long time. And a lot of the Allman Brothers influence.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
very, very good. Slide guitar.
And 3:30, Sonny Mormon.
Sonny Mormon from Cincinnati, another guy that's just been around forever. I had Sonny come up, do one of our shows, opened up solo, and just blew it away.
Wow.
I watched Sonny in the finals down at Memphis for the International Blues Challenge, and I could have swore he won, and he didn't. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's just very, very good entertainer.
And
Very
5
good.
o'clock, Doug Hart Band.
I don't know if Doug Hart needs to be talked about. He's been around this
Yeah.
in this town for a zillion years, and he plays all the time.
Yeah.
He's one of the hardest working bands, blues bands in Dayton right now, and a good friend of mine. We just did a benefit for the tornado victims a couple of weeks ago, and I helped out with that. And Doug's always lending
So
a hand
how many
to
times has
things.
Doug been back at the Blues Festival?
At this one?
Yeah.
Doug's played at least 4 times that
Okay.
I can remember,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he's a real crowd
Most
pleaser.
of I think almost everybody, Cheryl's played us before, Ira, Sonny, Doug, Tempted Souls has
Yeah.
played us.
So
Yeah.
a bunch of friends coming back and having a
Yeah.
reunion, kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And you mentioned the Tempted Souls there at 6:30.
Mhm.
Okay, so anything on them?
Yeah, I actually am a judge for the Cincy Blues Challenge.
Okay.
And so the Tempted Souls in that just about every year. And I've watched them as some band members have left and they've replaced them.
Yeah.
And it seems like they always replace them with somebody really good. I don't know how they
Wow.
get this good talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put on a really great show.
Now, with you being in that position, do you have a background of playing also?
Started my first band in the 9th grade.
Oh my goodness.
And
Okay.
so yeah, I've been playing for quite a while. I don't play in a band right now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, at 8 o'clock we got Ray Fuller and the Blue Rockers.
Yeah, it was funny. I as the Blues Society, I had a booth set up over in Greenville. They were doing a little blues thing over there, a fundraiser, and I was selling T-shirts and stuff, and the band was setting up, and all of a sudden the band started playing, and I go, "Holy, what is that?" And I got up and walked out, and it was Ray Fuller and the Blues Rockers,
Wow.
and they are blues rockers.
Yeah.
They really put on a great show.
Wow.
A lot of energy.
And I imagine you want to finish strong, so the headliner, Bernard Allison.
You know, somebody that I haven't seen and always wanted to, so I'm going to be glued to this
Yeah.
show. You know, his father, Luther, was a mainstay in Chicago blues, and he grew up in the same vein. And, you know, he was actually tutored a lot by Johnny Winter and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and so
Wow.
he's been there, done that, and he puts on a really good show. Now I'm really interested to see it live.
Yeah. How many folks do you expect for this? Because I mean, that's a big concert.
It's huge.
It's a huge concert.
Yeah.
We
It's
always have a
huge.
hard time trying to figure out how many people come because it starts at 11 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning, goes
Yeah.
to 11 o'clock at night. So the
Okay.
crowd changes throughout the day.
Okay.
You have your diehard blues fans that put
Yeah.
their chair out there Thursday night because they want
my
their
spot.
this is my spot, and they will stay
Yeah.
the whole day.
Wow.
But there's people who come for the car show and for the kids row. We have all these other events going on. So
That's good. That was my next question. There's more than music. There's a car show. Can you tell us more about that?
Arlo, do you want to talk about the car show?
Well, it's the name of the group.
Red Hot?
No,
No, the blues.
Mill Street.
Mill Street Hot Rodders.
Hot
Yeah,
Rodders.
okay.
Run of the mill. Run of the mill Hot Rodders.
Hot Rodders. They put that on for us, and last year they had 225 classic cars.
Wow.
It was amazing. I don't know.
Great car show.
Yeah.
It was packed. It was packed, and that's of course all of this is free. Everything. It's really important for
Yeah.
you to know to come and see everything. It's all free.
Nice.
Our the blues, everything is free except of course you got to buy your food, and then you got to buy your beer or whatever it is you're going to drink. So
Speaking of the food, what kind of food they're going to have out there? Going to have some barbecue?
you have At this festival is blues, barbecue, and bumpers,
Okay.
and now Bunions with that run that the city puts on.
Good one.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yes, you can gain 10 pounds walking from Broadway to Cherry. So it smells delicious.
And there's a beer garden.
There is a beer garden.
And that's not free either.
No, it's
Okay.
of course
Just wanna
not. It's
clarify.
not free.
Of course not.
We have to. That's really where our proceeds come from. Is there?
Okay.
We try to find enough kind-hearted sponsors to cover the cost of putting on the festival, and then our profit really comes from right there. What you see on your screen, twist off, and we have several different varieties of beverages this time.
Yeah. No local breweries because they're popping up everywhere and they're so popular. Do we have any local
But
breweries?
breweries usually are tapped,
Yeah.
and because we want our beer to be ice cold,
Yes, ma'am.
we are using Ohio Eagle.
This isn't
distributor.
Europe.
That's right.
Ohio Eagle is our distributor this year.
Okay.
They sell Budweiser products, and so because we float our beer
Yeah.
in ice water, and the people who work the shifts for a couple of hours, when they are done, their hands are frostbitten, but the beer is really cold.
As long as they're not shaking that up in the ice water.
No, it doesn't
And
shake
what
'em.
about the kids? We got some stuff for the kids
There
too?
is stuff for Kids Row. That's from 11 a.m. It's only on Saturday from
Okay.
11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so there's all kinds of free things for the kids, from the face painting that you see there to all kinds of different things for them to do.
A balloon person. I think we got a clown. There's karaoke there. Some other activities just for little children to do.
Nice.
But they go home we close that part of the street down about 5 o'clock, because
Okay.
then it's about time maybe for
Parents and adult time.
children could be there, but
Yeah.
maybe better.
Yeah.
The crowd gets really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't want to lose any little people in the mix.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. And what about the Bunions? We got a run with the city's Red Hot Blues Run. That's on Saturday evening.
And it's at 5 o'clock this year.
Yeah, that's smart because is it cooler then, or is it still really hot at 5 o'clock?
We
I
don't
know.
It's still hot
That's
at 5
hot,
o'clock,
yeah.
but that's what makes it unique
Okay.
because, all the other runs are at, 7 o'clock in the morning, 6
Okay.
o'clock in the morning. So this is an evening run, and it ends up at the Blues Festival.
That's good.
And you get Blues Bucks if you sign up and do the run that you
They
get
can
to
stick
spend.
their head in one of those buckets of ice and cool off. and
Maybe.
There you go.
Get a
So,
cold beer.
But know that the proceeds from the Blues Run go back to the Lebanon Parks District.
Nice.
So it's a city that runs that part of it. Really, there are 3 events going on all at the same time.
Yeah.
Our Blues Festival, the car shows run by a different entity, and then the Red Hot Blues Run. So it's our 3 organizations cooperating together to make
That's
one
nice.
heck of a day.
And you sign up for that at www.lebanonohio.gov for
the
the
run.
run.
Right,
Okay.
because it's all separate.
Now, how's the Optimist Club use the money to raise the money for that event?
What do we do with the
Yeah.
money that we earn?
Yes.
Because we work really hard to get it,
Yes.
so we earn it.
Yes, you earn it.
We support in great fashion the Warren County Child Advocacy Center. We've donated over $50,000 to that in the past 10. That has only been around for 10, 11 years.
Wow.
We are great supporters, I think, of the Warren County Anti-Violence Coalition. We sponsor Redo in the Lebanon School District and Fuse to almost the entire amount for that. We also have scholarships. We help kids with Space
Yeah.
Camp.
running for the
back-
disabled, the Backpack Warrior
Right.
program.
Wow.
There's a lot of things.
And is that this weekend or next weekend? What's the date on the Blues Festival again?
The first Saturday in August
Yeah,
and the
okay, so
Friday
Friday
night
before.
before.
We got some time. Hey, the Waldens have been waiting patiently to play for us into our break. So let's get them going, and we'll play it to the break. And thanks everyone for being here. And don't miss the Blues Festival. It's gonna be awesome.
Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let that wind drive right on, let those big waves rise and fall. I got them deep river blues. Well, now my old gal, she's a good old pal, but she's just like a waterfowl. When I get them deep river blues, well, ain't no one to cry for me. The fish all go out on a spree. When I get them deep river blues.
Break your fast food habit at Kelly's Meats and Deli at 1001 West Main Street in Lebanon. Stop in for a quick lunch featuring made-to-order sandwiches, tasty sides, and mouth-watering daily specials. For dinner, Kelly's offers fresh-cut steaks, chops, and seafood, plus a variety of prepared dishes that only need to be reheated. You'll also find a large selection of high-quality wine and beer that can make any meal a special event. Kelly's Meats and Deli, open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, now open for dinner Saturdays 6 to 9 p.m. And remember, we cater too.
Your hometown source, the Lebanon Channel, is now on YouTube.
I know how fortunate I am.
Just search City of Lebanon, Ohio to connect with everything that's happening right here.
And that's going to be an exciting part about this walking tour.
Subscribe to receive exclusive local content available only on the Lebanon Channel.
Wow, Neil Armstrong's coming to my launch. I was so excited about that.
That's the City of Lebanon, Ohio, now on YouTube.
That's what makes this Lebanon, Ohio a great place to live.
Yeah. Have a shoulder problem? That's pretty common. The shoulder is a complex, 4 different joints, 28 different muscles, which requires a unique approach, which is what we do. Chiropractic adjustments to the joint, clinical massage to the tissue, and therapeutic exercise to help re-educate and strengthen that area. If you're looking for great care for a shoulder problem, call our office at 933-9799 to schedule your free assessment of your shoulder problem.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. I'm here with Carrie Murphy from the Lebanon Mason Monroe Railroad. I'm confused by the Monroe part because it doesn't seem like it goes to Monroe, but
we actually have track rights that take us through there. So actually, sometimes we actually leave cars up there. We
really? Oh my goodness!
Them.
And you're going to tell us about the special weeks that are coming up for the old-time train fans here in Lebanon and the summer steam train, which is going to be the first 2 weekends in August. Boy, that's got to be exciting.
We are excited. It's been, I guess it's been 5 years since we've had a steam train here in town. So we are bringing it back those first 2 weekends on Saturday and Sunday, first 2 weekends of August. It's Jetto coal number 85. The Gramblings are bringing it to us. They are good friends of the train. And they have a reality program called Have Steam Will Travel.
Okay.
So it is the folks from them. They are bringing that engine to us, and we'll have 3 train rides each day. Folks can come. And the platform is open. Also, you can walk by and go ahead and take a look. It's pretty cool.
So how old is this train?
So that train, I actually do not know the specifics of it, genuinely, because it's not ours.
Okay.
But I know there are a lot of steam fans, and I know it's like a very exciting thing. And actually, I've been with the train for about 2 years, and in my time, I often hear folks say to me, "When are you bringing it back? When are you bringing it back?"
Yeah.
So I know it's a good thing.
So it's a totally different experience?
I mean, it's a totally different engine. The locomotive that we use regularly is a diesel engine, so this is a steam engine using steam power.
Okay.
So obviously it looks different.
Different sounds?
Very different sounds, and I haven't heard them. For me, it's going to be pretty cool. Requires a different level of working. Part of our scheduling is I got guys, they got to get coal and put it in buckets and all that good stuff.
We can see that's the regular train right there.
That is not. That is a steam engine.
That is. Okay.
Behind it, actually, you can see one of our normal locomotives, the 55. It's now the 5704, but there's a diesel engine that has just passed, which is what we normally run with. That is the actual steam engine you're seeing now.
Oh my! And you get to go outside so you can really hear it.
You can. We do have cars that have baggage doors that open. We no longer have an open air car exactly like that.
And the engine normally runs from Lebanon to?
So we travel, the route you'll do with the steam engine is the same one we usually do. We head 4.5 miles south towards Mason. Okay. We go to Hageman Junction, and then we push on back to Lebanon.
Okay. Do they get out? Is there a place
You don't get out.
Okay.
It's a push up, it's a pull back. So it really is. It's just an up and a back. There is no getting off the train.
Now, what was the process of getting this train here?
Well, the gentlemen who own it, the Gramblings, they go around the country taking this engine to different places. the logistics of moving engines and locomotives, it's pretty deep, it's pretty intense, and there's a lot that goes on that truthfully, I don't even understand. I don't know it.
So they don't bring it on the track. They disassemble it? And
I'm pretty sure it's going to come on a flatbed.
Oh my goodness.
Which is, yeah.
Boy, you got to be a true train builder to build a real train.
There's, there's a level of expertise required to do these things that if you don't work, I think it's like any profession. If you don't work in it, you don't realize the different parts that are involved. And for me, it's been a great learning experience about how many things that go on and that are needed to get a train where it needs to be. That's not as simple as point A to point B.
So once they get it here on a flatbed, how long does it typically take to assemble it?
I don't know. Okay. I can't tell you.
we could find that out.
I haven't
Is
seen
that
it yet.
something that's available for people to watch?
Certainly,
the assembly?
Certainly, as we're moving it, as we're positioning it, we will certainly draw a crowd. We always do.
Now, what is it about steam engines that makes them so much fun?
I think it's that historic element.
Okay.
And I think it's sort of that notion of how, the steam engine really helped open up the country and got us out further. And I think there's like a visceral draw to that.
Okay. Now, is there someone there talking about that history as well, or?
There will certainly there will be a lot of train enthusiasts with a great deal of information.
Just waiting to share, huh?
Exactly, and they will be happy to talk to you about it as long as you're happy to listen.
Now, the followers of the train, do they get? Are they like groupies, or they get dressed up with their hats and their bibs?
Sometimes they get dressed up. We do have rail fans who do follow the train,
and
they will stop at crossings and take photos of us at different crossings.
Nice.
There will be rail fans who will mark the traveling of the train to get here, to sort of mark the progress of, oh, it's now here, oh, it's now there. When we get new cars on the train, we have people who need to document that.
Okay.
It's very exciting for them, very exciting.
Are you a bit of a rail fan yourself, Carrie?
I enjoy the train. I enjoy the train.
You wouldn't categorize yourself as a rail fan.
I don't think I qualify. I do not think.
You're not going to have one of those little special hats on.
I do wear a hat on the train, but it's not a special hat.
Okay. Now the excursions are on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
What are the times?
We're going to do 11, 1, and 3 p.m.
Okay.
Those will be the departure times. The platform is, we'll have someone on the platform, and it'll be open from 10 to 4 each of those days. So you certainly, if you want to come down and just be able to see the steam engine in between excursions, that's welcome also.
What's the cost of getting
So
on this?
adult tickets are going to be $20. Seniors and children will be $15.
And I imagine this has got to be a hit for the kids.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I think because, I think sometimes when kids, their mental image of what an engine looks like is that steam engine.
Okay,
so
cool.
this really ticks that box.
Now it's a 4-mile ride?
4.5 miles. Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to get down there and back?
Takes us about an hour and 15 minutes, start to stop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have rest porta potties at the end, so you gotta make sure your little ones are ready to ride.
Ready to
Woo,
ride.
woo!
Well, we take care of that at the platform before you go.
That's very wise.
Yes, indeed. We're very familiar with that.
I'm sure you've experienced
a
all
lot.
that.
Yes.
And it does come back from Lebanon. It's not just a one-way.
We don't dump you. Nope. It
okay.
is a round-trip ticket.
How do we get tickets for the summer steam train?
So you can go to LebanonRR.com or you can call us at the office, 513-933-8022.
Okay, can you tell us about any other opportunities to take a train ride this summer?
There's plenty of opportunities. We run every week. On Wednesdays, we run our basic train ride. It's called the Turtle Creek Valley Flyer. We run that every Wednesday. We run that most Saturdays.
Okay.
We also do PBS trains. Fall Flyers coming. You can get a pumpkin. And the biggest one, of course, that's coming is North Pole Express, which is all of November and December. And that is a big draw.
The whole experience out there around that little historic building, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And I think we got to give a shout out to the Lebanon Garden
they
club or society?
I think technically it is the club.
Those ladies are just amazing. They're out there pulling weeds
in the heat and it's incredible. They come so early in the morning and they work to keep it looking. It's beautiful. They do a fantastic job.
I got a good friend, Brenda Kristoff. She's a member of that, and I've met with those ladies, and I'll drive by when they're working. And they're not getting paid for that.
No, absolutely. It's all on their own time. And
that'd be a great job for people in orange suits to be walking around doing. But no, that's a passion of theirs. Now the North Pole Express, that's coming up. Can you tell us about tickets on that?
Tickets went on sale about 2 weeks ago.
You're kidding me.
No, they are available now, and that event does sell out every year, so I cannot stress strongly enough. Go ahead and get online and do that now, and those prime dates will go very, very quickly.
This is the first official Christmas is Coming announcement,
It is.
and you saw it here
It
with
is.
us.
Indeed.
And how much are the tickets for the North Pole
We
Express?
have, there's a wide variety of ticket prices. So that's really best to go ahead and take a look online.
Does that sell out?
It does. It sells out. We will put up more than 27,000 passengers through.
Oh my goodness.
On that.
Tickets about the same price?
They are a little more, but it's a different experience. It's an on the train experience. We have elves that come through.
Oh my goodness.
You do visit with Santa. We do cookies and hot cocoa, and the cars are decorated, the platform is decorated. It is a fun experience.
Wow.
And for a lot of families, it really is a yearly tradition.
Yeah. How did you get going in this?
Truthful, I'm not really sure.
Third year, right? Is this a volunteered spot, or?
We do have volunteer positions, and we are very grateful for the volunteers that we have.
You're doing a lot.
We have expanded exponentially. Our growth it's fantastic and it's great, and we're just really trying to do the best. We've gotten more equipment. We're in the process of getting even more equipment currently. So we have expanded our offerings. We have a tavern car. We now do adult trains with alcohol on them.
Okay.
So that's certainly given us a different market.
I shouldn't be smiling so big as you talk about that.
It's entertaining.
Yeah. So more about how do you get tickets for the Lebanon Mason Monroe Railroad?
Always go to LebanonRR.com.
Okay.
It lists the full schedule.
And is there anything else?
Come ride the train.
Come ride the train.
Come ride the train.
Yeah. It sounds like fun. RR. That's not a joke. RR. Hey, we'll be back with a look inside the Lebanon Farmers Market right after this break. Thank you.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
Since 1954, Hardee's Interiors has been providing quality furnishings for homes in and around Lebanon, Ohio. Today, you'll still find quality antique and vintage furniture along with new made-in-America furniture of all styles. At Hardee's, you can create a mix of furniture and accessories that truly reflects your personality, all made to last a lifetime. Designers are welcome, and so are you. Hardee's Interiors at 208 1/2 Wright Avenue or online at hardeesinteriors.com.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
Welcome back to the City Show. Hey, every Thursday at 3 p.m., the city parking lot at the corner of Sycamore and Main Street comes to life with Lebanon Farmers Market. Despite the wet spring, the farmers have managed to bring a bountiful harvest to the market each week, and we stopped by last week to see what they have to offer. Let's take a look.
I brought a lot of baked goods, pies, breads, cookies, got buckeyes, jams and jellies, gluten-free items also.
And so you bought these in a store and then brought them out to sell us? How'd these come together?
Not hardly. I started baking yesterday and finished up this morning. I get up about 6 o'clock this morning, and it took me about 5 hours to bake this morning to finish it all up. It's all home baked, as fresh as possible, made with a lot of love.
What keeps you coming back?
I enjoy baking, so it gives me a place to sell my goods. And then also in the fall we have apple trees and peach trees that once they're in season I'll be bringing those also. Yeah, I'm the only vendor left here that's been here since day one.
Tracy, new to the market, what brought you here?
Well, I just started my business, and I've always loved coming out to the farmers market, and so I thought it would be a good place to come out and share what I bake. I enjoy baking so much. My family can't eat everything I bake or use all the herbs I like to grow, so I decided to make a business out of it. So I bake a variety of things. The two main things I do is cinnamon bread and lemon bread. And then I do a variety of other things, kind of just whatever sounds good, try out new recipes. Or most of my recipes are tried and true recipes, things that my family have made for a long time, or I just enjoy cooking. I've been baking for my family for 29 years. And then the other thing I love to do is garden, and I grow herbs better than anything. And so it's just a passion. And so I just enjoy growing them, and I dry them myself and bottle them and sell them. So I used to just do it for myself, and then I would give them as gifts for family and friends, and everybody liked it and started asking them for them. So I thought, well, we can't use that many, so I might as well try selling them. So that's kind of how this all came about.
So how's it been going for you here at the market?
Really good. It's been really good. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of great people out here, and everybody's really supportive of one another, and I have been selling out pretty well, and it's been really good time. It's really fun. It's hot today, and we've been freezing other weeks, but it's fun. It really is a lot of fun.
So give me an idea of how big of a plot of ground you have to keep up with making everything that you're making.
So for me, and I just have a little, I have a section, we actually had a pool, above ground pool with a deck around it. We took it out and we replaced it with, leveled it out and put in a bunch of raised beds. So I have 10 raised beds, and so I fill them with vegetables and herbs, and so it's just in my backyard. It's not big. It's not, I'm not a farmer. It's just in my backyard. Yeah. That's all it is. And it's just fun. I fill them with flowers and herbs and, all my, whatever I want to grow that year. And it's just fun. It's just for me, it's just it's a relaxing, just getaway thing to do. Being in my garden is one of my favorite places to be. So
we have hair works, body works. We have the sunstick and hand butters. We have bars of soap that you can use in the bathroom, or you can just wash your hands with it.
The regular products weren't working for Jayden?
Yeah, so
and what did your mom do?
She started looking up these recipes on soap, and she finally found one that didn't have any things that were bad for her hair, and she used only essential oils. And she makes it herself because none of the other products work in Jayden's hair. I like all the food that's here. The people are nice. I don't like how hot it is.
Tell me what you brought to the market today.
Well, I always bring shortbreads, sweetbreads, always some produce, jams, marmalades, hot sauce, honey, maple syrup, cookies.
We've heard a lot about all the rain, and is that slowed down your...
It has slowed down the garden, but I have a greenhouse and a hoop house, so that has made a difference, yeah. But the outside gardens, have been a little harder to deal with. So, but we never questioned the rain. We're sure we needed it, or it wouldn't have come.
So tell me why I'm going to like anything I buy from you here. What's going on here?
I've been baking since I was 10 years old, and I'm almost 75, so I mean, if you're looking for experience, I raised 6 boys and they all think I'm a good cook. So everything on the table, either I've made or raised, or my sons have made or raised. Because my son does the hot sauce and maple syrup and the honey. He's got a maple, really a professional maple syrup setup. I make maple syrup, but I boil it down on the wood stove, and I just put it in my CSAs. I don't try to sell it.
We started in the city of Cincinnati, and so I just moved up here to Morrow. I live in between Morrow and Lebanon. They had a plot that had a house torn down in the 90s from the big flood, and the city was mowing it for years. So I approached them in like 2009-ish, and just asked them if I could run a business on there. And I ended up buying a house in the neighborhood and had my employees there. Our co-op got up to around 80 or 100 members by the end, and I had that plot plus some private land that I always basically ran a business. Like in the spring, it'd be a lot of greens. You know, fun stuff starts with like snap peas, some onions, some beets and carrots, and then you're getting into tomatoes and peppers and squash and potatoes and garlic. So it's kind of, you know, as the year progresses, you get different stuff. So we tried to just stick to that calendar. No plastic. I never grew under hoop houses. I grew outside. So whenever it's good to grow outside, that's what I grow. We make it into all kinds of stuff because I like to play with all the plants. So each plant is kind of like best in a certain type of product, maybe two, you know, but like the tomatoes, for example, we'll make marinara, vegetable soup, ketchup, dehydrated tomato jerky, tomato powder. So there's a lot of ways you can go. You can freeze cherry tomatoes. So like that's probably the one that has most uses. You know. Well, down in the city, I was down by the river, so I had silty, fluffy, perfect in the spring. It always dries out first. While these fields up here are soaked, I could always be in there and making money. So this is the first year I've really had so much clay and been in like, you know, these kind of fields. So I'm a little late. It's been wet. So I've only been able to till like twice this year. So I've put as much things as I could in those days. But I would say what's different is I had more established mature beds down there, and now I'm starting again. So it's I'm getting what I can get.
We are just west of Trenton on Jacksonburg Road at our home farm. We have a market there, and we do outside markets as well.
Okay. So what brought you all the way to Lebanon?
Just the reaching out and getting our name out there. We've had the market at our place for 4 years now, and we've always raised produce, but not to the extent that we're raising now. We raise over 30 acres total, indoors and outdoors, so year round. And it's just what we do for a living. It's my husband and myself and my daughter, and we've got some other kids that they help out periodically when they're available, and we have some hired help as well. Well, we're still getting, most of our tomatoes are from indoors, but we are starting to get a lot of our products from outdoors as well. We have 5 high tunnels that we raise in through the winter, and we are not certified organic, but we are pesticide free, and we do everything as naturally as possible because we eat this produce as well, and we know that that's what the customer wants, and that's the way we want it to be. First sweet corn of the season, it's called Kickoff. It's a bicolor corn, and we've got our okra and eggplant, different squashes. We've got our green beans. We started picking here a couple weeks ago, but they're getting more abundant at this point, so we just have a lot of everything, a variety.
How many people do you employ or keep busy at your place?
Well, right now we have a few people that are out due to injury from soccer and other things. So right now there's 3 of us that are family that are full-time, and we have 1 full-time helper and 1 part-time helper. So, and it's a struggle to get employees, I will say that.
So not much sleep in your household.
No, I get up at 6 and most nights get to bed about 12:30.
What are you bringing to the market this year?
Some new items we have are chicken brats with different flavors in them and patties, and of course our grass-fed beef, our lamb, and our pork. We're known for our bacon. Seems to be a popular item. Who knew? People liked bacon. And the rest of our chicken products. we just opened an on-farm store, and the best thing about that is people can drive down our driveway, see how the animals are raised, and then at the same time buy the products and feel comfortable about that. So all the animals are pasture-based with grass-fed beef and lamb rotating through the pastures, and the hogs are in our wood lot. They get to roll around and be cool under the cover of the trees during this time of year. The chickens are free-ranging. And we have one token donkey to protect all of the sheep.
And everybody's happy out there.
Oh, for sure. Except for maybe my husband doing chores on days like today.
Okay, we are in Waynesville on Lower Springboro Road, and we raise a seasonal garden and cows, chickens, pigs, egg-laying chickens. Today we have a lot of produce. We have tomatoes, zucchinis, cucumbers, peppers, onions, and more. And then down on this side we have all of our meat. So we have our pastured beef, our chickens, and our pastured pork. We have had produce consistently all season. We actually are on a second transition, so this is our summer crops that you're seeing, less of the leafy greens and that type of thing, and more of the peppers and potatoes and obviously tomatoes. But no, we've obviously had our struggles with the weather, but we've done good. We haven't.
Was there anything that you did or changed to get through this wet spring?
Well, we are lucky we garden on raised beds, so a lot of the water that we've had, which has been our main problem this year, a lot of the water goes between the beds and down and out. So it's just been us building up our beds has really helped us overcome that step and struggle less. Our biggest problem has been weeds. It's hard to get in because of the mud, and we don't spray, so it's just that has been a lot of work, but that has been our main struggle this year.
So it's locally grown.
Locally grown.
You don't spray, so no pesticides.
Right.
And tell me the other reasons why your stuff is better.
Well, we grow our stuff our varieties are chosen to taste really good and grow really well in our region. We don't have to worry about shipping a really far distance, so we're not concerned about how our tomato sits in a box or anything like that. We pick it and we sell it.
Wow, I'm hungry. That is some good-looking stuff. Hey, the Lebanon Farmers Market runs on Thursdays from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. through October 15th. You're going to get fresh produce, home-baked bread, grass-fed beef and pork, along with farm-fresh eggs from free-range chickens are among all the many offerings at the market. So stop by the market from 3 to 7 on Thursdays. Check it out for yourself. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Community Calendar right after this break.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
made her college years possible. Opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back. Let's get into the community calendar. The Lebanon Red Hot Blues Run is back again this year on Saturday, August 3rd. The Free Kids Run, Fun Run starts at 4:30 on the corner of Cherry and South Streets. You can check in for that race at 4 p.m. The 5K, 10K, and 15K adult races will begin at 5 p.m. and the starting line has been moved to the front of the Lebanon Electric Administration Building at 125 South Sycamore Street. Check in and registration will be behind City Hall starting at 2:30. You can pre-register for all the races online and get at getmeregistered.com or at speedy-feet.com. The August Lunch and Learn program at Harmon Museum will feature geologist Todd Stephenson, who will talk about the impact of geology on the prehistoric residents of Fort Ancient. This program will take place on Wednesday, August 14th at 11:30 at the Lebanon Conference and Banquet Center next to the Harmon Museum. Tickets can be ordered online at harmonmuseumohio.org or by calling 513-932-1817. Cedar Creek State Park is hosting a meteor shower campout on Saturday, August 10th on the beach. Watch the peak of the Merced meteor shower while enjoying stargazing, games, a bonfire, and more. Camp this one night on the beach for free. Food and drinks will be available. All funds raised support the Nature Center through the Nature Center Association. Search Facebook for Cedar Creek State Park for details. The Lebanon Garden Club's 5th annual Monarch Butterfly release will begin at 11 a.m. on Saturday, August 10th at Miller Ecological Park. There will be many educational exhibits set up to learn more about everything from life cycles to habitat needs of butterflies, with the event wrapping up with the release of the monarchs. Reserve butterflies to release by sending a private message to Lebanon Garden Club Facebook page for $3 each. Please order by August 6th. Well, that's our show this week. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with a brand new show on August 6th. Thanks for watching.